Football, the unyielding card master strikes back. Episode 41. According to the slow motion of the VAR video, the defenders of Costa Country first ran forward, leaving Soma AG in an offside position. Immediately after that, the ball was passed. All this happened in a very short time. That's why the linesman can't confirm. Soma AG thought he was not offside. But all of this was captured by Jiang Ning. Wow. The audience erupted in amazement. What kind of monster is this? The camera playback slows down the picture by 5 times so that people can see the sequence. But what about Jiang Ning? With a pair of naked eyes, you can clearly capture all this and make accurate judgments. Is this still human? His eyes are fiery eyes, right? The linesman cast an admiring and grateful look at Jiang Ning. Admiration is because Jiang Ning's precise judgment is beyond his understanding. Gratitude is because Jiang Ning saved his mistakes. Misjudgment can happen, and for a referee, misjudgment means demotion or even punishment. Especially in a field like the World Cup. The lineman was now full of happiness, glad that he had just chosen to believe Jiang Ning, and raised the small flag in his hand. Soma Nagaji opened his mouth and was speechless for a while. He was put together by the defenders of Costa Country, and it can only be said that he is not aware enough and is too confident. Just now, he also stepped forward to question Jiang Ning, resulting in a yellow card. This is really not dead, you will not die. If he hadn't said such a provocation just now, at least it wouldn't have been the situation he is now. But at this time, the dissatisfaction at the scene became louder again. Soma AG knew that he said something he shouldn't, but the fans didn't know. Even if your penalty is correct, there is no need to give Soma AG a yellow card, right? Any referee who gives a yellow card at every turn, it's too unreasonable. This is malicious targeting. Protest, we must change the referee, otherwise we will protest to the end. The fans of Sakura Country shouted even harder. After it was confirmed that the ball was indeed offside, they had a feeling of irritation. They were slapped in the face by Jiang Ning, but they were still not convinced. So I caught the matter of Jiang Ning giving the yellow card to bite. However, at this moment, a sound was amplified. If I wasn't offside, I need you to solemnly apologize to us. Black whistle, I have reason to believe that you are targeting our Sakura team, Yaga. This is Soma AG's voice. The video referee team also accompanied the close-up picture of Soma Yongji speaking just now. I also translated it in Sakura, Chinese, and English. Wow. The audience was in an uproar. The fans of Sakura Country shut up, and their faces became a little unpleasant. It turned out that just now Soma Yongji did not just step forward to theorize, but said such a thing. This is nakedly questioning the referee, warning the referee, provoking the referee. As a football player, saying such things to the referee on the field of play is already completely out of the eyes of the referee. The fourth official on the sidelines immediately turned his head and said to Sakura Country head coach Morihoichi, Soma AG, this is a provocation to the majesty of all the referees. You can't give a red card, now is not such a simple matter as whether you want to complain or not. FIFA will inevitably punish your Sakura national team. Moriho's face was difficult to see, and he was reprimanded by the fourth official and did not dare to say anything more. After all, the fourth official was also a member of the referee, and he was naturally extremely dissatisfied when he saw Jiang Ning being provoked like this. This is equivalent to arousing the anger of all the judges. If you don't know how to do it, I'm afraid this game will be really difficult. Damn Soma AG, you idiot. Sakura Country's head coach Morihoichi scolded secretly before getting up and returning to his position. Beep. Jiang Ning blew the whistle and the game continued. Sakura Kuni's goal was blown off, so the score is still 0-0. The two sides continued to stage a great offensive and defensive battle. In the following time, Sakura Country still maintained a crazy attack on the Costa Country's goal. It's just that most of the time of the first half has passed, and except for the ball of Soma AG before, Sakura Country has not been able to achieve anything. The tactics of Costa Country clearly worked. The Sakura national team has difficulty breaking through such a defense in terms of the skills and overall coordination of the players. And physically, the Sakura national team also consumes a lot. The whole time around Costa Country is fighting, crazy attack, can it not consume physical strength? But the Costa Kingdom is relaxed, they don't go out of the forbidden area. Coupled with their excellent physical ability, so up to now, they are still fierce. Under such an offensive and defensive battle, time gradually passed. Regular time for the first half of the game is coming to an end. Throughout the first half, Costa was not without chances. Their striker has twice stole a pass from Sakura Nation and played 2 threatening counterattacks. However, it was better luck to be a little bit less fortunate and failed to score. The head coach of the Sakura national team, Morihoichi, stood on the sidelines and cursed, becoming more and more anxious. The longer the time drags on, the more unfavorable it will be for the Sakura national team. Change has to be made in the second half. Jiang Ning looked at the time and motioned to the assistant referee, and the first half of the game was 2 minutes of injury time. And in the last 2 minutes, the players of the Sakura national team were also obviously anxious, and the attack became more and more ferocious. They tried to kill their opponents in stoppage time at the end. But Costa Country also tensed his nerves, and it was even more impossible to relax at the last moment. Beep. Beep. Then Jiang Ning blew the whistle for the end of the first half. Neither side could break through in the first half, and the score was still 0-0. However, the physical consumption of the Sakura national team is obviously large, and they are tired and panting. On the other hand, here in Costa Country, breathing one by one is steady, forming a sharp contrast. The players from both sides are off the field for a 15-minute intermission. The cheerleaders immediately ran up and gave the fans a hot dance. The staff also brought equipment into the arena and maintained some damage to the turf to ensure that it did not affect the players running. Hard work, Jiang Ning. Warrior stood on the sidelines to personally greet Jiang Ning. With Jiang Ning's wonderful punishments again and again, her curiosity about this Chinese man became more and more serious. It's a subtle change. This caused her title of Jiang Ning to change from Jiang Ning referee to Jiang Ning, which became a lot closer. Marijo took the player's position with a gloomy look and began to think about how to break the deadlock in the second half. He stared at Jiang Ning's back, and a flash of essence flashed in his eyes. If you want to change tactics, then this Huaxia referee may be the biggest trouble for the Sakura national team. Episode 42, the game came to halftime time. Although there were no goals in the entire first half, it was quite intense. Especially in the second half, the mood of the Sakura national team was obviously a little anxious, and the offensive became more and more ferocious. But despite this, he still failed to pry open the goal of Costa Country. Team Sakura almost vomited blood in anger. I was disgusted by the tactics of my last round. It is too humiliating for the other party to defeat himself with the tactics he uses. And Jiang Ning blew off Soma Agee's goal and gave a yellow card, which was a huge blow to the morale of Sakura Country. Inside the Huaxia studio. Jiang Wei, okay, audience friends, the first half of the game has ended, and the score is still 0-0. Jiang Wei, in the first half of the game, Sakura Country launched a fierce attack on Costa Country. Jiang Wei, I'm afraid even Sakura Country himself didn't expect that their tactics would be applied to them so quickly. Fan Ziyi, that's right, Sakura Country lifted a stone and hit his own foot. Fan Ziyi, using tactics to win games and make full use of the characteristics of players is a very common thing in football. Fan Ziyi, but this tactic of the Cherry Blossom Country is more or less dishonorable. Jiang Wei, now Costa Country also uses the same tactics, and I don't think the players in Sakura Country are very comfortable. Jiang Wei, Director Fan, what do you think Sakura Country will do next? Fan Ziyi, the most important thing in this set of tactics in Sakura Country is to consume the opponent's physical strength. Fan Ziyi, in the last round of fighting against the Chariot Country was forced by them to collapse abruptly. Fan Ziyi, and the physical fitness of the Costa Kingdom is even better, which is equivalent to an enhanced version of this set of tactics. Fan Ziyi, so the Sakura Country must make adjustments in the next battle, otherwise their outcome should be the same as the Chariot Country. Jiang Wei, haha, if that's the case, Sakura Country is really making a joke. Jiang Wei, and in the first half of the game, Jiang Ning's blowing penalty was also very exciting. Jiang Wei, Soma Yongji threatened the referee Jiang Ning and 8 cards, which should also affect the Sakura national team a little. Fan Ziyi, so I said, we should trust Jiang Ning, his judgment will not disappoint us. At this time, in the Huaxia live broadcast room, the barrage was refreshing. Domineering my brother Ning, giving yellow cards is considered light. Sakura Countryman is really floating, relying on shameless tactics to win the Chariot Country, and think that he is a top star? Even Brother Ning dares to resist? Threatening Brother Ning is equivalent to provoking all the referees. What do Sakura Country players think they are? Brother Ning is quick and ruthless. The faces of the Cherry Blossom people are green. The people of the Cherry Blossom Country are like this, a little achievement will float, Brother Ning will call you back to the original form in minutes. Halftime, Sakura Country players lounge. The atmosphere seemed a little depressing. Facing a fishbelly team like Costa Country, he attacked half of the game but achieved nothing. This is undoubtedly a blow to them. Marijo walked in with his waist crossed, his face a little unnatural. Just now, he was also taken aback, and was severely reprimanded by the 4th official. This made him feel very humiliated. He believes that if the Sakura national team had a higher world ranking, the 4th official would not dare to treat himself like this. Sakura people are like this, always applying their dark and twisted hearts to others. Okay, listen to me. In the second half, we have to change tactics. Maeda, Soma, Minamino, you 3 do more cooperation, use our old methods, don't be polite to Costa Country. Morihoichi's expression was a little grim. He is a self-serving person, with a blind recognition of himself and extreme pride. So all the time, he has always been talking about the same thing in the team. The players never dared to disobey him. At this time, Maeda said boldly, "But coach, the referee of this match is Jiang Ning." "So what? Are you still afraid of a Chinese referee?" Morihoichi scolded with a crooked mouth, a look of disdain. He continued, "Don't forget, our opponent is the fish belly Costa country. Just one or two small movements are enough to tear their defenses. What if we eat a few cards then? As long as we score a goal, we in Sakura country can guarantee to qualify. Usually I have trained you in this area, some small movements are hidden enough, what is there to be afraid of? An East Asian sick man from China can only be trampled under the feet of our cherry blossom countrymen forever. In the second half, I hope you don't let me down." Saying that, Morihoichi's eyes became fierce. In order to win this game, he can be described as a trick. The Sakura players looked at each other, then nodded heavily. As long as you can get the team to the round of 16, even if you are sent off, it is worth it. In this regard, the tactics of the Sakura national team in the second half have been finalized. Time passed and soon the intermission ended. Players from both sides played again. Beep. Beep. The Jiang Ning whistle sounded, and the second half of the game officially began. Sakura national team holds the ball and rushes quickly. Their formation has not changed much, and they still maintain a strong firepower on the offensive end. And Costa country is the same. It seems that the second half still adopted the tactic of swinging the bus. However, it can be clearly felt that the Sakura country invested more troops during the attack. Obviously, they want to score a quick goal and get the lead. Takumi Minamino dribbled the ball and looked for opportunities on the right side of Costa country. However, at this moment, his eyes suddenly turned fierce, and he gestured to Soma Yongji in the middle. "Shout." Takumi Nano suddenly accelerated and forcibly broke through. At this time, Soma Ag also drilled out and cooperated with Takumi Minamino to cooperate, and the two successfully entered the restricted area. Immediately afterwards, Soma Ag took the ball, stared at one of the Costa players, and raised his foot. Soma Ag made a shooting move. But in front of them are all players from Costa country, and the goal route is blocked. This is to force a shot. Boom. The ball was volleyed vigorously, but did not go towards the goal. Instead, it smashed heavily on the arm of a defensive player in Costa country. Episode 43, Soma Ag forced a shot. This is a forced kick, without any possibility of scoring. However, this ball smashed firmly on the arm of the defender. Although the defender of Costa country has subconsciously dodged, he is still touched by the football. It's done. Soma Nagaji and Takumi Minamino lit up their eyes, and immediately came to the spirit. Hey! Hey! Umpire, it's handball. Did you see it? Give us a penalty. The two shouted frantically in the direction where Jiang Ning was. But Jiang Ning pointed forward with both arms and signaled that the game would continue without interruption. What? Damn it. This Huaxia referee is really damned. Soma Ag cursed angrily and immediately chased after the football. No way, Jiang Ning didn't blow the whistle, which means that the game is still going on, and you can't let your guard down. But in just a few moments, the football has fallen at the feet of the Costa players. The face of the Costa player also changed greatly just now, and he broke out in a cold sweat. If you award a penalty at this time, it will really be over. So when he saw that Jiang Ning didn't blow the whistle, he was obviously stunned. But soon he reacted. The referee didn't blow the whistle, then the opportunity is theirs. Shout. Fight back. The Costa player roared and immediately passed the football with a big foot. Rumble. At the same time, three strikers lightning rushed. Right winger Jerson, left winger Brian, striker Anthony running in the direction of football. This is one of the few opportunities they have. Shout. The three of them are like cheetahs, showing the advantage of speed to the fullest. Oops. Sakura country players hurriedly chased up. However, the height and speed of the players of Costa country are a great advantage, and Sakura country is already one step slower. So it's time to catch up. In a hurry, the players of Sakura country could only slide out with a flying tackle and forcibly tackle the ball from the side and back of the opponent's right winger Jerson. Ah. This also caused Jerson to be put down, covering his right foot and rolling on the ground in pain. Beep. Jiang Ning decisively blew the whistle. Show the yellow card. This action, eating cards, is undisputed. Because this is a dangerous move. If the position of the defender of Sakura country is facing Jerson, or running higher than Jerson, as long as the flying tackle is towards the football, it will not be penalized. The problem is that the defenders of Sakura country forcibly tackle when they are sure that they cannot touch the football. This is a malicious foul. Not only dangerous moves, but also blocking the opponent's attack. There is nothing wrong with the yellow card. Referee. Why didn't you blow the penalty just now? Handball. So obvious handballs you can't see? Several players from the Sakura team still gathered around and expressed their dissatisfaction. In their hearts, they think that this Chinese referee is carrying national emotions, which is why it is like this. This game is not fair, unfair. Wow. At this time, the fans of the Sakura country on the scene also cursed. It's obviously handball. Is the referee blind? This is clearly a favor for Costa country. Is it interesting for you Huaxia people to target our Sakura country like this? Have the ability to make Chinese football also enter the World Cup again and again. Is this a bully when we cherry blossom countrymen? Huaxia's East Asian sick man, there is no good thing. All fans from Sakura country and the Sakura team stood up and protested loudly. The sound was very loud and caused quite a stir in the stadium. Marijo Kanzuya jumped up again and rushed to the fourth official to complain. This is the case with the people of Sakura country. Once you seize the opportunity, you will bite like a mad dog. Who told you needed to blow a penalty just now? You're a referee? Jiang Ning looked calm and said lightly. I. Soma Ag opened his mouth and wanted to contradict two more sentences. But thinking that he already had a yellow card on him, he swallowed the words back alive. The cursing at the scene continued. But Jiang Ning was unmoved. He naturally has his own basis for sentencing. Soon, the VAR video footage was played. Just now in the Costa country penalty area, the ball was slowed down. In the picture, I saw the defender of Costa country running forward and stretching out his foot to intercept Soma Yongji's shot. At the same time, the defender has deliberately clasped his hands behind his back. This is to prevent handball from happening. Especially in the box, defenders usually clasp their hands behind their backs to avoid accidents. Immediately afterwards, Soma Ag shot the ball with a kick. VAR video did cross-cutting of the picture and simulation of the football line. The footage shows that the direction of this ball is not towards the goal at all, but straight towards the arm of the defender. This illustrates two important points. First, this ball is not a shot, but a deliberate penalty. Second, even if this goal is on goal, it is absolutely impossible to score. Wow! The fans exclaimed. Fans who know the ball know that it is impossible to blow a handball in such a situation. The fans of Sakura country were immediately dumbfounded. Although many fans do not understand the rules of football, since the picture has been replayed and the result has not changed, it means that the decision of the Huaxia referee is no problem. Otherwise, in the World Cup, miscalculations will definitely be corrected. Inside the Huaxia studio. Jiang Wei, audience friends, I believe everyone has seen that there has been a change in the field just now. Jiang Wei, the Sakura national team thought that the referee Jiang Ning should blow a penalty, but Jiang Ning did not blow. Jiang Wei, Costa Kingdom took advantage of this opportunity to fight back. Jiang Wei, finally, I escaped under the malicious foul of the Sakura national team. Jiang Wei, now the VAR picture has been played. Jiang Wei, but I don't think many fans of the Sakura national team understand it very well. Jiang Wei, we still ask Director Fan to popularize the basic rules of football for the fans of the Sakura national team. Fan Zi, okay, according to the rules of the football game. Fan Zi, the premise of blowing penalties is that this football must have the possibility of scoring. Fan Zi, whether it is a handball is judged based on whether the defender avoids the football or deliberately uses his arms to block the path of the football. Fan Zi, Costa players do not have body movements because they block football. Fan Zi, instead, his movement is to keep his arm away from the football, so it is not enough to blow the handball. Fan Zi, so, there is no problem with Jiang Ning's punishment. Episode 44. At this time, the barrage in the Huaxia live broadcast room was also frantically refreshing. Especially after the VAR picture was broadcast, it caused ridicule from Huaxia fans. It's really despicable for Sakura people to play football. With such an obvious handball-making action, they still have the face to find Ninga theory? Brother Ning didn't give them cards, it's already polite. What is this called? Planting blame and taking the initiative to sue. This is why the cherry blossom country can enter the World Cup. No matter how much they play, they have to be honest in front of Brother Ning. Domineering my Brother Ning, teach them to be people in minutes. On the playing field. Costa country's team doctor rushed into the field. Fortunately, Jerson's injury was not serious, and after the judgment of the team doctor, he could continue to participate in the game. Jiang Ning drew a semicircle on the ground to indicate the position of the free kick. Costa nation's free kick. It's also one of the few opportunities they have. Looking at the game stats throughout the first half, Sakura has 76% possession, while Costa has 24%. Sakura Kuni has 17 shots on goal, 11 of which are on target. Costa only had 2 chances on goal, not yet on target. That is to say, so far in the game, Costa has not even done a single threatening attack. This free kick is a great opportunity. Beep. Jiang Ning blew the whistle, signaling that a free kick could be freed. The ball was given to Brian of Costa country. The players from both sides pushed each other in the penalty area of Sakura country, seeking the best position. Boom. This ball was sent off, and he did not choose to shoot directly, but a pick and cross blow. Shout. The football rode high in the air. This is to make a breakthrough from the high point. The overall height of the Sakura national team is at a disadvantage, and this is Costa country's chance. Mine. Costa striker Anthony shouted and jumped high from the crowd. Boom. His head touched the football. The football roar changed direction. Unfortunately, the top of the ball was deflected and the goal was not scored. But despite this, it has already made Moriho, the head coach of the Sakura national team, jump to his feet in one go. In his opinion, facing the fish-belly team is more forced than this, which is a stain on his coaching career. Score, you have to score as soon as possible. Give me a heart. Do the action, don't be afraid to eat cards, break through more. Don't put that Huaxia person in your eyes. Morihoichi reminded the players of Sakura country. The game continues. Sakura country's ball possession. Costa quickly put on a defensive posture, still unwilling to take a step. This is slightly different from the tactics of the Sakura national team in the previous round. Even if the Sakura national team swings the bus in the last round, if there is a chance, it will decisively attack. But Costa is different. Unless they have the perfect opportunity, they are cowering in front of their own goal. This makes the Sakura national team more anxious, and people are not affected by you at all, just put on a posture of fighting to death and not going out. What can you do? Hurry. Next, the Sakura team launched another crazy attack on Costa country. But as time passed, they became more and more powerless. Ben was short in stature and his physical strength was not as good as the other party, and now he was even more tired and panting. Now the second half of the game has been going on for 20 minutes. The Sakura team still hasn't opened the situation. This made the originally imposing Sakura country fans a little unacceptable. I thought it would be a massacre today. I thought that today would be the day when the Sakura national team killed all sides and entered the round of 16. But the result was that they were blocked from the door by death. Unable to attack for such a long time, the fans of Sakura country felt a little spicy when they looked at it. And with the decline in physical strength, the attack of Sakura country has also become a little weak. Can't go on like this, think of a way. Maeda, come on. I'm already carrying a card, you do it first. Soma Nagaji said to Maeda with a grim face. Maeda nodded, okay, pass the ball to me later. After making a plan, the Sakura national team once again organized an attack. Soma Ag takes the ball and hovers around the perimeter of the middle to attract the attention of the opponent. Immediately afterwards, he accelerated in vain and made a move to break through. This action really attracted the firepower of the Costa defenders and wrapped it towards him. Humph. Soma Ag sneered, and then the movement of his feet suddenly changed, and the ball was distributed to the feet of Maeda Dairan on the left. Maeda rushed forward with the ball and immediately confronted the opposing defenders. Immediately afterwards, he took advantage of the opportunity to break through, kicked out horizontally, and stuck at the feet of the opposing player. This action is very hidden. It looks as if Maeda wants to send the ball between the opponent's legs. Ah! The Costa players immediately covered their thighs and fell to the ground in pain. Maeda sneered and immediately broke through with the ball. This series of actions was taught to them by Morihoichi after research. Not only can it cause damage to the opposing defender, but it can also avoid being punished by the referee as much as possible. For this reason, they also carried out special training for these movements throughout the team. The action is hidden, it looks like it is both about to break through and like it is going to make a fake move, which is really unpreventable. Maeda saw the opposing players fall and there was a gap in front of him, and his eyes immediately lit up. He was ecstatic in his heart, and immediately increased his speed and rushed towards the goal with the ball. Beep. However, before he could rejoice, Jiang Ning's whistle sounded. Jiang Ning ran over and pointed his finger at the defender lying on the ground, interrupting the game. This gesture turned out to award the ball to Costa country. And still a free kick. This represents a foul on the attacking side. Maeda spread out his hands with an innocent expression. The attacker fouled. Don't think that I can't take you with your little moves. This time it's just a verbal warning, if there is a next time, a yellow card warning. Jiang Ning looked indifferent and his eyes were sharp. Those cold eyes stared at Maeda's heart that he couldn't help it. Indeed, his movements were a little bigger. If you really want to call up the VAR video picture, Jiang Ning's punishment will not have any problems. Because, no matter how hidden this action is, it does not mean that there is no controversy. In the event of a dispute and cannot be clarified, the referee has the right to award a penalty according to his subjective will. In other words, they have no way to refute Jiang Ning. Maeda was shocked and helpless. What he didn't expect was that such a small movement could be detected by this Huaxia referee. Being stared at by such a monster, how to kick next. Episode 45, because of Jiang Ning's whistle, the game was interrupted. This puzzled many fans. After all, this collision just now is not very serious. However, Jiang Ning did not give a card, but only gave the ball to Costa Country. It didn't cause much waves, and the fans of Sakura Country didn't react much. However, they don't understand the way, but the players of Sakura Country do. This means that their scheme to break through the Costa defense line by making small moves has been seen through by Jiang Ning. Damn it. It's him again. Soma Nagaji's face was extremely gloomy. As the initiator, he is very confident in this plan. But I didn't expect to be interrupted by a whistle in Jiang Ning. Similar to this small movement, they practice with the action of dribbling when they train. So under normal circumstances, such movements will not be noticed. It's as if in the last round of the competition, they used this method to deal with the Chariot Country, and they tried again and again. But Jiang Ning was different, and immediately gave Sakura Country a head-on drink. I don't believe he can detect it every time. Nani, wait for you to cooperate with me. Soma Yongji stared at Jiang Ning's back with dead eyes, and sneered in his heart. No matter how powerful Jiang Ning is, it is impossible to pay high attention all the time. What's more, how to say that Jiang Ning is just a person, not a machine? Who can control the overall situation? There is absolutely no such possibility. Unless it is the world's top referee has this ability, you are a referee from a little Huaxia, also worthy? Maybe it was just a coincidence. He didn't believe that Jiang Ning could stare at the audience in all directions without dead ends. As long as they succeed once, as long as they can score a goal, they can reach the round of 16 in this World Cup. Don't worry, leave it to me. Nani nodded heavily, and his eyes were equally grim. Now it's a free kick from Costa Land. Because the position is in your own half, it is not a good opportunity. Brian gently gave the ball to his teammates, and then slowly rushed towards the half of Sakura Country. However, it is a pity that the troops invested by the Costa state on the offensive end are insufficient and have not been able to form a threatening attack. Soon the football was won by the Sakura Country players, and the army was pressed again, forming a persecution. Takumi Minamino held the ball and approached step by step. Now the offensive rhythm of the Sakura national team has slowed down a lot overall. This is because their physical energy is too high. After all, they also need to retain some strength to do defense. Shout. As soon as Takumi Minamino found an opportunity, he immediately passed the ball. And at this time, Soma Yongji quickly stepped forward and approached the forbidden area of Costa Country. After Soma Eiji received the ball, he was immediately targeted by the defenders of Costa Country. You don't want to go over. The two sides are deadlocked, one looking for an opportunity and the other staring at the football. However, what they didn't notice was that Takumi Nano got rid of the defense and rushed behind the defender. It's now. Soma Yongji's eyes were fierce, and he immediately accelerated to break through and rushed forward with the ball. The defender of Costa Country suddenly bent down, quickly retreated, and his right foot was ready to make a steal at any time. But at this moment, Takumi Nano, who was standing behind him, stretched out a foot and stuck behind the defender. This defender was tripped under his feet and immediately fell to the ground. Soma Eiji was overjoyed, took advantage of the gap when the other party fell, passed through with the ball, and went straight to the goal. Golden opportunity. Face the goal, no one is watching. He endured the excitement in his heart, and he wanted to take this opportunity to raise his foot and shoot. As long as this goal is scored, Sakura National can qualify in the group stage and secure a place in the round of 16. He, Soma Eiji, will also become a hero of Sakura Country. Since then, the value has skyrocketed to the peak, and it is not impossible to be promoted to a first-class star. Beep. However, before he could lift his foot, the nightmarish whistle sounded again. Soma Eiji's body shook, followed by unparalleled anger. He has seen his bright future, and his mind is already full of pictures of himself reaching the top. But this damn whistle. Bastard. Damn the Huaxia people, Soma Yongji roared in his heart, his face was livid. That murderous look was full of unwillingness and anger. Jiang Ning ran over and showed a yellow card to Takumi Minamino. Wow. The fans of Sakura Country were a little confused and expressed their dissatisfaction with Jiang Ning pulling out his cards again. Takumi Nano also looked innocent, pretending not to know anything. However, this clumsy acting skill can only play the male lead of a Sakura Country characteristic movie. Want to fool Jiang Ning, who has the eye of an eagle? It's ridiculous. The attacker fouled. Interfere with the defensive players. As I said, it was a warning just now, and the next time it was a yellow card. Takumi Nano was very dissatisfied and a little unconvinced. Jiang Ning looked indifferent and said, "Do you need me to call VAR and ask all the video judges to judge you?" Hearing this, Takumi Nano immediately shut up. Jiang Ning's strength surprised him. In the Chinese football world, there are such tough people? Jiang Ning pointed to the ground and signaled that it was a free kick from Costa country. But that's not the end of it. Just when everyone thought that Jiang Ning's penalty was over, he went straight to Soma Yongji. The look in your eyes tells me that you are very unhappy with my sentence? It's okay to be dissatisfied, but you shouldn't let me know. So, yellow card warning. Immediately afterwards, Jiang Ning took out a yellow card in the shocked eyes of everyone. The yellow card is put away, the red card is shown. 2 yellows turn into 1 red. The end. Wow. The audience was in an uproar. Sakura country fans are furious. By what? Why should he? Despicable Huaxia, I must kill him. Does he know what he's doing? He must have regretted it. Referee Huaxia, you offended the fans of all Sakura country, and you will pay for your actions. All the players gathered around and wanted to talk to Jiang Ning. They are not convinced. You awarded Takumi Minamino because he tripped over a Costa player. They recognized that. But Soma Yongji did not participate in the foul. Why did even Soma Ag eat cards? That's a red card. Send off. It will directly affect the outcome of this game. How could he do this? What is this, not malicious targeting? At this time, Morihuichi on the sidelines was also furious. He did not look for the 4th official to complain, but directly cursed at Jiang Ning on the sidelines. Damn it. Bastard referee. Black whistle, I'm not convinced. You will definitely be expelled. Well, definitely. The sick man of East Asia in Huaxia. Yaga, Morihuichi can't keep his sanity anymore. Such a game, originally they were sure to win. But now? Everything was different from what he imagined. Even the chariot country was beheaded by him, but now it is planted in the hands of the fish belly team? No, strictly speaking, the Sakura national team is planted in the hands of this Chinese referee today. Episode 46, Inside the Huaxia Studio. Jiang Wei, dear audience, we can see that Jiang Ning's penalty has once again caused controversy. Fan Zi, Jiang Ning issued 2 yellow cards at the same time, one to Takumi Minamino of the Sakura national team, and the other to Soma Ag. Fan Zi, this is already the 3rd yellow card presented by Jiang Ning in this game. Fan Zi, Sakura national team Soma Yongji was also sent off because of this yellow card from Jiang Ning. Jiang Wei, director fan, what happened to Jiang Ning giving Nani this yellow card just now? Fan Zi, let me explain it to the fans. Fan Zi, in football, under normal circumstances, the attacker will not be fouled when the defender falls with the ball. Fan Zi, but if there is a player who does not have the ball to interfere with the defensive player, this causes the offensive foul of the attacking team. Jiang Wei, if you say so, if Soma Yongji shakes the other party, Jiang Ning will not blow it. Fan Zi, of course, this is a manifestation of your personal ability, not a foul. Fan Zi, but this ball just now, Takumi Minamino interfered with the defenders of Costa country and tripped the opponent. Fan Zi, although this action is very hidden, it was captured by the camera. Fan Zi, in a top event like the World Cup, Jiang Ning's yellow card is not excessive. Jiang Wei nodded, so it is. Jiang Wei, but why did Jiang Ning give Soma Yongji a yellow card? Fan Zi, I don't know about this, but we should trust Jiang Ning and wait for the playback of the picture. At this time, the screen of the live broadcast was also switched. The video referee team has replayed the footage of Soma Yongji just now. In the picture, it is Soma Ag's bloodshot eyes and hideous look. That expression was as if he was going to swallow Jiang Ningxing alive, which made people shudder. Seeing this picture, no one would doubt Soma Yongji's hatred for Jiang Ning. It seems that he will rush up at any time to make a move on Jiang Ning. The eyes are full of murderous aura. Such a look, let alone Jiang Ning, any referee will feel provoked. Wow. The fans in the arena exclaimed. This look and expression is an extremely bad attitude. Also a silent threat. As soon as this picture was released, the faces of the 2 linesmen and the 4th official sank. Too daring. Dare to provoke the referee with such an expression and eyes, this is threatening and warning the referee. As fellow judges, they are naturally extremely angry. Jiang Wei, as you can see, Soma Yongji is very dissatisfied with Jiang Ning's punishment. Jiang Wei, although I didn't speak, that look was definitely a threat. Jiang Wei, how can this be true? As a football player, he dares to threaten the referee like this. Jiang Wei, I can only say that Soma Yongji is really crazy. Fan Zi, Jiang Wei, don't get excited. Jiang Wei reacted to this. This is a live broadcast across the country, and more than 10 million viewers are watching it. As a commentator of Huaxia TV, he should still pay attention to the influence. Jiang Wei hurriedly said, sorry, audience, I just gaffed. Jiang Wei, but I believe that the fans are in the same mood as me and can understand my mistakes. Fan Zi, I can understand your feelings, but Jiang Ning has already sent Soma Yongji off. Fan Zi, I just said that we have to trust Jiang Ning's sentence. Fan Zi, actually, there is another sentence I didn't say. Fan Zi, that is, we should believe in Jiang Ning's toughness and competence. Jiang Wei, that's right, although Jiang Ning is in Karl country, his strong motherland and the stadium behind him are his strong backing. Jiang Wei, okay, let's collect our mood and continue to pay attention to the game. Jiang Wei, we can see that Mori Hoichi, the head coach of Sakura country on the sidelines, is also emotional. Fan Zi, he also seems to be very dissatisfied with Jiang Ning's sentence. Fan Zi, hey, why did Jiang Ning run to the sidelines? Hiss. Jiang Wei gasped. Jiang Wei, is Jiang Ning going to? At this time, in the playing field, Mori Hoichi also cursed on the sidelines. His emotions were extremely excited, and all his anger exploded at this moment. Soma Ag is their main shooter, and now he has been sent off by Jiang Ning, and the blow to Sakura country is huge. At this time, Jiang Ning also heard Mori Hoichi's abuse. Jiang Ning looked indifferent, did not flinch because of the other party's cursing, let alone swallow his anger. So, Jiang Ning ran straight to the sidelines. Mariho crossed his waist with his hands, looking angry and corrupted. Seeing Jiang Ning running towards him, he was also slightly stunned. Stand up. Jiang Ning ran and shouted loudly. Mariho's face changed. He never expected that this Huaxia referee would dare to be so unkind to him. Stand up for me, stand up straight. But before he could speak, Jiang Ning shouted loudly again. You. Sun Bao was extremely angry, but feeling Jiang Ning's majesty at the moment, he didn't know how to refute it for a while. Almost subconsciously, his hands on his waist loosened slightly. Immediately afterwards, Jiang Ning took out a yellow card from his arms and showed it to Mori Hoichi. Yellow card warning. Wow. The audience was shocked. Not only the fans of Sakura country, but even the fans of Costa country burst into amazement. Directly to the opposing coach also get a yellow card? I'm afraid Jiang Ning dares to do this. Mori Hoichi was stunned. He wondered if he was mistaken. He is the head coach of the Sakura national team. Jiang Ning showed him a yellow card? But according to the rules of football, there is indeed such a rule. If the coach on the sidelines eats cards, it is the same as the punishment received by the player. That is, he may also be sent off. And the consequence of his end is that there will no longer be anyone in the Sakura national team who will be able to direct tactics on the spot. In my place, give me honesty. This is the arena of the World Cup, not your cherry blossom country. Put away your superiority. In the eyes of the referee, you are just the coach of a team. If you want to continue standing here, don't let me hear any more insulting words. Understood? Jiang Ning's words carried an undoubted momentum, which made Mori Hoichi dare not refute it. If he dared to be a villain again, Jiang Ning would probably really send him off. Hai Chi. Mori Hoichi gritted his teeth, forced the anger in his heart, and then lowered his head. Episode 47, the scene was shaken. Mori Hoichi, as the head coach of Sakura country, also ate a yellow card from Jiang Ning. Jiang Ning's strength was undoubtedly revealed at this moment. Sakura country, both fans and players, suddenly felt a feeling of fear. This Huaxia man is too tough. I've never seen such a tough judge in the arena. It's not at all the same as the Chinese people they recorded in the books of the cherry blossom country. When did the Huaxia man become so powerful too? Even Mori Hoichi lowered his noble head in front of this Chinese man. You must know that Mori Hoichi now has a high status in the cherry blossom country. This scene made many fans of Sakura country unacceptable and covered their mouths in disbelief. At this moment, they felt a great sense of humiliation. At this time, Huaxia's live broadcast room was extremely lively. The barrage is dense and constantly flying sideways. 666. Relief. To deal with Sakura country, you should trample them underfoot. Brother Ning, please take my knees. Lao Tzu has not served anyone for so many years, you are the first. The head coach of Sakura country has played cards, and it has to be Brother Ning. Look at the cherry blossom countryman's expression like, show, it's enjoyable. My blood boiled when I watched this ball game, and I directly kicked away the old cow who was plowing the field, and I took up the farm tools and personally plowed 10 acres of land. Brother Ning, you must protect yourself in Karl country, women abroad are very open, don't be hungry by them. I envy Brother Qian, they can watch Brother Ning's game on the spot. The old lady also wants to go. At this time, the game is live. In the audience, there is a beautiful landscape. Among the fans of Sakura country and Costa country, a fiery red Chinese flag fluttered in the wind. Brother Huaxia led a group of Ning fans to shout slogans. Brother Ning shot, the small card will be there. The red card shakes, let me go. Brother Huaxia Ning, we are here. Brother Qian stepped high on the seat, and the huge Chinese flag in his hand was danced by him. Around him are a crowd of Huaxia fans. They specially flew from Huaxia to Karl country, just to come to the scene to support Jiang Ning. Brother Qian became the leader of their Ning Mikar group this time. When he saw Jiang Ning killing all sides, he led the Chinese fans on the scene to cheer up. It can be said that except for the Huaxia football team, everyone else is here. Huaxia Dragon Soul, rush to the world. Brother Ning, we will always support you. The fans of Costa Country all looked at the money return brother, speechlessly. Thinking mentally, didn't your Huaxia football team come? Excited about what? What to shout? The fans of Sakura Country are a little ugly, and they dare not speak angrily. Originally, there were a few fans of Sakura Country who were a little dissatisfied and wanted to turn around and scold. But seeing that Brother Qian crooked his mouth and had a fierce face, he swallowed the words back abruptly. What, not convinced? Brother Qian saw the Cherry Blossom Country fans turn their heads and glared at them. These Sakura Country fans immediately turned their heads back, not daring to look any further. Can't afford to mess with, the Huaxia judges are so domineering, and these Huaxia fans don't look good. At this time, Jiang Ning had already run back to the arena from the sidelines. Soma Yongji could only exit sadly because of 2 yellows turned 1 red. He was so depressed that he went crazy. It's over, it's over. He already knew that he wouldn't mess with this Huaxia referee. Now not only is the team in bad shape, he has also been sent off, and he will not be able to play for the rest of the game. He really regretted that his intestines were going blue. However, who would have thought in advance that this Huaxia referee would be so terrible? Beep. Jiang Ning blows the whistle, and the game continues. Costa Nation's free kick. However, this location still does not pose a threat to the Sakura Country. So the Costa players passed the ball directly back to the goalkeeper, and then slowly pushed forward. Although the Sakura national team is missing 1 person, it seems that Costa Country still does not plan to give up the tactics of swinging the bus, and still focuses on defense. After Costa pushed the ball forward, it was quickly robbed of the ball by the Sakura national team, and there was nothing to gain. And because of Jiang Ning's several penalties, the players of the Sakura national team also became honest and did not dare to make any more small moves. Time passed little by little, and the second half of the game was already in the last 8 minutes. Even with injury time, it won't take more than 15 minutes until the end of the game. Beep. At this time, Jiang Ning blew the whistle, signaling that the Costa national team should make a substitution adjustment. Here it comes. Costa province fans immediately came to the spirit. Finally, it's time for a replacement. Substitution means adjusting tactics. Sure enough, no one disappointed the head coach of the Costa national team, and he replaced 3 shooters at once. Wow. This familiar scene is exactly the same as the situation of the Sakura national team in the last round. It's just that the head coach of the Costa national team is obviously more patient and calmer than Morihuichi. It wasn't until the last few minutes that I started making substitutions. 2 midfielders and a back were replaced. At this moment, the firepower of the Costa national team on the front line is extremely powerful. Moriho's face was livid. This is his tactic, of course he knows it well. According to rational countermeasures, he should also make changes at this time to increase his defensive strength. But he didn't want to give up. Unwilling to compromise. Costa national team has increased the firepower of the striker, which means the weakening of the defensive force. This is also an opportunity for the Sakura national team. He's going to fight. Take advantage of this opportunity to break the door of Costa Country in one fell swoop. Beep. Jiang Ning blew the whistle and the game continued. Sakura Country's ball possession. Takumi Minamino took the ball to the right flank and then shifted his big foot in an attempt to find a breakthrough. However, at this moment, a figure rushed out and broke his pass. This is the new player of Costa Country. Damn it. Takumi Minamino made a mistake and the ball was stolen. In fact, this cannot be blamed on Takumi Minamino. He really didn't get used to it for a while. You know, the entire game of Costa national team is passively beaten. This sudden counter-robbery was indeed unexpected. It's like if you're playing rock paper scissors with a person, and whatever you produce, the other person will only come out with rocks. Naturally, you are always on the cloth, always pressing each other. But this person suddenly changed the scissors, how can you react? The Costa national team, which barely made a steal, suddenly came with a steal. Who would have thought? So Takumi Minamino suffered a big loss. The ball was stolen by Costa Nation. Immediately after, a wave of rapid counterattacks. Roar. I saw that the players of Costa Country immediately passed the ball out with a kick after grabbing the football, flying across the half. At the same time, the 4 shooters of Costa Country rushed out like lightning. At this time, only 2 of the Sakura national team can barely catch up. The other players simply couldn't react. It's late. In a matter of seconds, 4 shooters rushed into the restricted area of Sakura Country. Episode 48. Wow. Costa fans stood up in surprise. At this time, the 4 shooters had already rushed into the restricted area of Sakura country. There are only 2 opponents in the restricted area. There is simply no threat to form. The face of the goalkeeper of the Sakura national team has changed drastically. After this whole game, he should be the most relaxed person. But now he is cornered. This made him feel a little trance, and suddenly fell from heaven to hell. Sudden shifts and crises. Everything was too fast. He didn't even have time to react, and before he could come to his senses, the other party had already rushed into the forbidden area. Restricted area 4-2. Easy cooperation, football should be in the net. 1:0. Costa was the first to score. Jiang Ning signaled, the goal is effective. The score is rewritten. Rumble. The scene erupted into a deafening roar. Who would have thought? A fish-belly team that lost 7 o'clock in the last game. The other is the Sakura powerhouse that defeated the division of the king and boosted morale. One floats in the sky, one wanders in hell. But in the case of the 2 sides being in a world of difference, it was Costa who gave the other party a hard blow. It all happened too fast, too fast. The players of Sakura country can only watch from behind. Morihoichi's body froze in place. His face was dark, and he seemed to be 20 years old in an instant. In the last round, he was still high and worshipped as a god by the people of Sakura country. But now, he had the feeling of falling into the abyss. I finally gained an advantage and it was gone. His arrogance, his conceit, were all crushed by this goal at this moment. Jiang Ning. It's all because of this Huaxia's referee. Sunbao hated it in his heart. If it weren't for Jiang Ning, the situation wouldn't be like this. At this time, in the Huaxia studio. Jiang Wei, ah. The ball went in. Jiang Wei, oh my god. Who would have thought that such a situation would occur? It was Costa who scored the goal. Fan Zi, yes, we can't think of it, and neither can the Sakura national team. Fan Zi, being played to death by your own tactics, I think it must be difficult for fans in Sakura country to accept it now. Jiang Wei, this almost certain game, it is indeed amazing that such a big upset broke out. Fan Zi, in fact, in this game, Jiang Ning's penalty also played a key role. Fan Zi, if it weren't for Jiang Ning's timely blowing of the small action of Sakura country, I'm afraid Sakura country would have scored long ago. Fan Zi, and Jiang Wei, I must remind you that the game is not over yet. Fan Zi, whether it is a big unpopularity or not cannot be concluded. Jiang Wei, ah yes. Sorry, today I gaffed and let the fans see the joke. Fan Zi, actually, it is understandable, after all, the other party is the Sakura national team. Jiang Wei, haha. It is enough for director Fan and fans to understand me. The dialogue between Jiang Wei and Fan Zi is very interesting and alludes to a lot. It's just that because this is in front of the live camera, I can't say it too clearly. But how smart the fans of Huaxia are, they understood in an instant. I understand everything, don't hold back the 2 teachers, how painful it is to have something to say. Teacher Jiang Wei, we understand you, and all Huaxia fans understand you. Sakura country is deflated, don't gaff it this time, when will you gaff? Domineering my brother Ning, it's too strong. With their own strength, let the Sakura people collectively break the defense. Hey, I seem to have seen brother Chanchan just now, waving our Huaxia banner. Envy brother Chanchi, I regret that I didn't buy a ticket. The fans who watched in the live broadcast room expressed deep pity. If you know that Huaxia has such an excellent referee to enforce the law, you will definitely book tickets in advance. On the playing field. Beep. Jiang Ning blew the whistle, urging the game to continue. At this point, there was only 1 minute left in the regular game time of the second half. Jiang Ning signaled to the assistant referee, and the second half was injured for 4 minutes. The game continues. The Sakura national team conceded a goal and was clearly urgent. The whole team was panicked. They are desperate to tie the score, to break into the forbidden area of Costa country. However, Costa country has enough forward personnel at this time, how can they get their wish? Crazy high pressing. At this time, the gap in physical fitness is revealed. The physical consumption of the Sakura country players is too great. At this time, neither the reaction nor the physical strength can keep up, and the players who are forced by the Costa national team can only keep passing the ball back. And the players of Costa country are also constantly pressing at this time, and the pressure is getting bigger and bigger. Costa nation's players are physically energetic overall. Especially after scoring a goal, they were all extremely excited. The state has never been better. After winning the Sakura national team, they still have hope of reaching the round of 16. Hold the ball tight. Maeda Darren, Takumi Minamino, you guys move forward, find an opportunity to rush into the box and make a penalty. Morihoichi on the sidelines roared angrily, arranging tactics. However, the head coach of Costa Rica is not a vegetarian and also reminds his own players. In fact, at this last moment, tactics are already difficult to play any role. Rely on the momentum of the players. Shout. At this time, a player from Costa Country struck lightning and shoveled the football off. Amazing speed, decisive sliding shovel. The abundant physical energy is vividly reflected in this moment. Boom. The moment the tackle was broken, the Costa players stepped forward to receive it, and after receiving the football, they immediately passed to the penalty area of Sakura Country. Rush. The striker of Costa Country burst into flames, increased his speed to the extreme, and desperately chased the football. The Sakura Country players are also catching up, and at the last moment, they also burst out with all their strength. No matter what, Costa Country can't be allowed to get this ball. Up. The Sakura Country players are relatively far back because they are originally positioned, so they have a good chance of snatching this ball. Costa striker Anthony is the fastest and is about to get a football. Both sides are fighting. Fight who is faster. It's closer, it's getting closer. At the last moment, the Sakura Country players decisively flew a tackle. He's going to kick football out of the line. Although this flying shovel will almost hit the other Anthony, he can't manage so much at this time. Moreover, his speed should be a little faster than the other party. As long as he hits the football faster than Anthony, then even if he hits the opponent, he will not be blown a penalty. Because the penalty is awarded on the premise that the ball is at the feet of the opponent and it is possible to have a goal. In the scramble, as long as the opponent does not touch the ball is not theirs. However, at this moment, Anthony burst out at a faster speed. Before the flying tackle was about to touch the football, Anthony took a step ahead of him and touched the ball with his toes. Episode 49, Race Against Time. Run wild. No one wants to give up. However, just when the flying shovel of the Sakura Country player is about to touch the football, Anthony took a step ahead of him and touched the football with his toes. Shout. The original position where the football was going to land has changed. This led to the flying tackle of the Sakura Country player was destined not to touch the football, but rushed straight to Anthony. When the flying shovel came, it was also when Anthony landed. Boom. Anthony was put down by a flying shovel and injured in his right foot. What? No, feelings of despair and panic erupted in the hearts of Sakura Country players. They all saw that Anthony touched the football first. What does this mean? It means that the football is at the feet of the opponent and faces the goal, with the possibility of scoring. The Sakura player tackled Anthony behind the penalty area and failed to touch the football first. This already satisfies the penalty award. Beep. Sure enough, Jiang Ning whistled instantly. Immediately under the gaze of the whole audience, Jiang Ning pointed to the penalty area in front of the penalty area. A penalty was awarded. Wow. The audience was in an uproar. No one could have imagined that in the final injury time of the second half, Costa was given a penalty opportunity. This made Sakura Country, which was already 1 goal behind, completely fall into the abyss. Costa fans roared loudly and vented their inner joy. They were too humbled in the last round, and today they finally raised their eyebrows. It's over. The fans of Sakura Country showed a look of despair. At this moment, they felt unprecedented humiliation and pain. Soon, Jiang Ning personally put the football in the penalty position. And this ball, Costa gave Brian the main penalty. Brian stepped forward, took a deep breath, and adjusted his state. This is followed by a run, a kick-up volley. Shout. This ball successfully fooled the goalkeeper of the Sakura national team. Brian plays very thoughtful and very bold. It turned out to be straight to the middle of the goal, and there was no choice to play the angle. In such a game, having such a style of play shows that Brian is very confident in his footwork. And the facts also proved that his choice was correct. Football should be on the net. 2:0. Costa national team completely killed the suspense of the game. The fish belly team reversed and trampled the Sakura powerhouse under their feet. Rumble. Costa Nation fans are crazy. Excitedly, he took off his shirt and threw it into the sky. Their players did not disappoint, withstood great pressure and kept hope for the players to qualify. This is the first time in history that Costa has defeated Sakura Country. This is a moment to remember. They are all heroes. There is no suspense in the game anymore. No matter how unwilling the members of Sakura Country were, with less than a minute left, they couldn't save anything. Beep. 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 In the end, Jiang Ning blew the whistle for the end of the game. This game broke out a huge upset. Inside the Huaxia live broadcast room. Jiang Wei, big unpopular. Unexpectedly, at the last moment, Costa got a penalty. Jiang Wei, the score was rewritten again, and the game ended 2:00. Jiang Wei, it was Costa national team that won. Fan Z, yes, the Sakura national team has been upset in 2 consecutive games. Fan Z, It's just that in the last game, they defeated the Chariot country in an upset, and this time they lost to the Costa country. Fan Z, this should be a big blow to the fans of Sakura country. Jiang Wei, that's right, the last one was still in heaven, and this one has fallen into hell. Jiang Wei, but this is the charm of football, which can always bring us endless surprises. At this time, in the playing field, some people cursed at the Cherry Blossom National Ball, some people smashed the Cherry Blossom National flag in their hands, and some people covered their faces and cried. Many people cannot accept this cruel truth. They experienced the glory of the last game and suffered the fatal blow of this one. This is undoubtedly a huge blow to the fans. Hua Xiao's money returning brother screamed, waving the flag in his hand, extremely excited. Why so excited? Phuket. Seeing Sakura country lose, and seeing brother Ning make such a domineering judgment, it is happy, it is double schwanger. Brother Ning shot, the small card will be there. The red card shakes, let me go. Hua Xiao dragon soul, rushing to the world. Whoosh. However, at this moment, brother Hua Xiao's eyes suddenly lit up. Because the fans of Sakura country at this time have slowly left the field, the fan seats are already empty. But in front of brother Qian and the others, there was a fan of Sakura country who was left alone and cried bitterly, and did not leave. Brother Qian immediately ran forward and put a hand on his shoulder. Hey, boy, stop crying, be happy. You have to learn from the endurance of our Huaxia fans. Look at me, the Huaxia national football team kicks so badly, have I ever cursed a dirty word? If you can't bear it, you may be able to tell you a word, and Jinima will return the money. Brother Qian smiled and persuaded patiently. Immediately afterwards, considering that the other party could not understand, he deliberately expressed his condolences again in broken English. Hi pie, Anders eggs? Cave Death Terry, hi skin, hi skin. Brother Qian and a group of Ning fans enthusiastically interacted with the Cherry Blossom Country fan, and even sang a song. At this time, some fans of Costa Country also saw it and joined in to sing happily together. Oh class, 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 oh class. Sing. Don't give face. Hi skin, the Cherry Blossom Country fan, cried even more sadly. As a result, a very dramatic scene took place in the fan dugout. A fallen Cherry Blossom Country fan, while crying, but also forced laughter to sing. What a thing. Don't bring such a bully. How sad he was actually forced to celebrate together. Huaxia people. You're so bad. And this scene was also keenly perceived by the director of the World Cup, and the screen was switched and broadcast. At this time, in the Huaxia live broadcast room. The barrage is dense to the peak of today's game. Ha 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 ha. Laugh is not alive, brothers. This Cherry Blossom Country fan is so miserable, I feel sorry for him for a second, but I still can't help laughing, ha ha ha. Brother Qian, take the bamboo shoots. This is a real shrimp pig heart. Ha ha ha, they are so happy, they have contracted my laughter for a year. Episode 50, the players had a final handshake ceremony. It's just that the players of Costa Country cast a grateful and reverential look at Jiang Ning. Although they all knew that with Jiang Ning's justice, it was absolutely impossible to take sides. But it was precisely because of Jiang Ning's decision that they were able to win this match. On the other hand, look at Sakura Country here. The Sakura Country players seemed more or less upset. Especially the goalkeeper of Sakura Country. For a goalkeeper, a penalty is a double-edged sword. If he catches, regardless of the outcome of the match, his value will absolutely skyrocket. But if he didn't make a swoop, it would mean that this World Cup, he would not be favored by other higher leagues. So he was angry, aggrieved, and upset. It eventually turns into anger. All this is blamed on Jiang Ning's head. So, after shaking hands with Jiang Ning, he walked in front of Jiang Ning. He said lightly, "What's not convinced? Do you know how deadly a penalty can be for the team and the goalkeeper? You don't know. That ball just now, you don't actually have to blow a penalty, because our players didn't go to Anthony in the first place. But because of your decision, it is likely to ruin the future of many of our players. Do you know, you will only blow around with a whistle and point fingers at us. When it comes to playing football, you are not as good as us, why are you telling us what to do?" The more Shuichi Gonda spoke, the more excited and louder. "It's obviously a penalty, why let you go? Don't forget, they're from the Cherry Blossom Country. What virtues do the people of Sakura Country have, do we need to say more? It's like saying, you obviously have the ability to help me, why don't you help me? Then you are racist, then you are a personal vendetta, you are targeted. Our technology is painstakingly practiced step by step. What about you? What are you when it comes to playing football? What level can you have? Why are you standing high and cheering at our players? Why should we listen to you?" Jiang Ning's expression was calm after hearing this, and there was no wave. said lightly, so, do you think that my skills are inferior to yours, and I am not qualified to judge you? Yes. That's right. You are not qualified, Shuichi Gonda snorted coldly in disbelief. Jiang Ning smiled. A rare smile. Compare ball skills, do you dare? The reporters and media waiting on the sidelines also keenly sensed that something was wrong here and immediately focused their cameras here. Referee Jiang Ning, do you dare to accept it? Shuichi Tian has quite a posture of unreasonableness. Jiang Ning smiled faintly, and a flash of excitement also flashed in his eyes. As a referee, he is also a football lover. Since the challenge has been launched, how can there be a reason not to fight? Especially the skills that have just been rewarded by the system are worried that there is no place to use them. No, the players of Sakura country took the initiative to send it to the door. I'm a goalkeeper and a professional footballer, so don't call me a bully. Jiang Ning nodded and didn't say anything more. Then he asked, so what if I kick in? Humph. If you kick in, you can do whatever you want. Shuichi Kwanda is confident in his abilities. How can he say that he is also a professional goalkeeper, after more than 10 years of rigorous training? Yes. Shuichi Quan nodded with a sneer, well, you definitely won't be able to enter anyway. The movement here immediately attracted the attention of many people. Inside the Huaxia live broadcast room, Jiang Wei and Fan Ziyi were also slightly stunned after seeing this scene. Immediately afterwards, Jiang Wei exclaimed. Jiang Wei, what is this for? Shuichi Kwanda versus Jiang Ning compared to football? Fan Ziyi, players of the Sakura national team, what does this mean? I don't even want a face. Fan Ziyi, the Cherry Blossom team is looking for a referee to play a ball, and they don't want their faces. In the Huaxia live broadcast room, the fans who saw this scene couldn't sit still. What for? Lost the game and did not submit? Also regain face from Brother Ning? Brother Ning, don't promise them. The people of Sakura country are so mean, they must have dug a pit. Sakura countrymen, we Huaxia people gave you face? Dare to be a little more shameless? Burst more.